everyone. It's me, Suzie Bauer, and I've got Amber Moore here again with me today. I want to introduce you to Amber. This is my friend, my great friend here, and I've got my phone is talking to me at the same time. Sorry about that. So Amber is a registered Yoga Alliance instructor in Chelan, Washington. And she is going to be sharing with us the element of water. That's what we'll be talking about today. And I'm Suzie Bauer. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner and a 21-day sugar detox coach. And I'll be talking about our nutritional aspects today. So Amber, why don't you kick us off?
That sounds good. Thanks, Suzie. So just tapping into the water element a little bit, when we think of water, it represents fluidity, it represents activity and flowing, but it also represents emotion. So with water, we think of it of helping us in order to adapt, whether it's situations, actively in our life or maybe internally within our hearts and our minds. And it also helps us to find the selflessness that we need in order to help serve ourselves as well as others, which is really special. And when we think of water, with earth, it rules our joints, our bones, the foundation of our body. Water represents our blood and the other fluids that kind of move around our body, which is, very important when you think of it. So just a little synopsis of what water is. So.
Awesome.
Do you want me to just go ahead and dive into our mindfulness and our movement, Suzie?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you'll notice a pattern. We're going to talk about mindfulness, movement, and then, of course, the nutrition side of things. So moving into mindfulness with water, it's good to remember that you're made up mostly of water. And with that, cry a little bit. That helps to cleanse. It helps to flow through life. The three major things in salt that I think is the most curing are tears, seawater, and sweat. So always tap into those things. They're beautiful. They're amazing. Water moves around obstacles. And that, in that sense, we need to also think of our lives of creating this non-attachment, whether it be in meditation or as we flow through our days. And I don't mean non-attachment in the way of like, oh, well, nothing bothers me and I don't need to be involved in anything. It's creating the non-attachment in the sense that things don't happen to you. They're just simply happening throughout your life. And it's a beautiful way of thinking. It's a very tough way of thinking. But it really releases you from burdens that don't need to weigh you down. And creating that flow, that movement through your life. That's really beautiful. Moving into movement, I think of it as a physical movement, but also, just simply moving through your days as a daily habit. Water is the most powerful element, yet it's the most gentle. So it's reminding us that we can move mountains and we can change the world, but we also have the gentleness to find the small nuances within ourselves to just change the little things. And be gentle with ourselves, be gentle with others. And I think that's just a beautiful thing. And when I think of it in the yoga world, as I'm moving through, I love vinyasa flow. It has the word right in it. You're moving, you're flowing, you're working up a sweat. That's beautiful. But also on the other side of the coin, that's the yang or the yang, but into yin and restorative and thinking of the feminine side of things. And even though there's not necessarily a flow, if you will, in that type of practice, it's a beautiful flow of emotion and release and surrender that you just need in your life. You really do. So that's my short little bit of mindfulness and movement within the water element, little teaser. Yeah. Suzie's going to talk a little bit more about our retreat that you can join us in October.
Yeah.
Take it away.
I love this idea, though, about gentleness. That I think that sometimes we try to just do things harder because we feel like we have to in order to see results. But there's so much power in doing things gently and naturally for our bodies and our emotions. So I love that connection. So it gives me goosebumps to think about it. So with the nutrition side of things, water plays such a huge role in our bodies. And it's not just about drinking the water, but also what does our bodies do with that water, and what does our body need in order to utilize that water? And so, we think about like our urinary system, maybe not fun to think about, but I'm good with thinking about it. And that's a huge part of how we are moving toxins out of our body. And we need water to do that. And this is a way that our bodies are naturally detoxifying each and every day. So we think about detoxes as being some obnoxiously hard thing to do, but our bodies are just naturally doing this stuff on the daily, all day long. And one way it does that is through urination. So let's talk about hydration. Essentially, we've been given the idea that we just need 8 cups of water every day. Every person, 8 cups of water. But if you think about it, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. If you've got a really big burly guy next to a very petite woman, do you think that their water needs are the same?
No.
Not really. So it's important that we're thinking about more individualized water needs. So one great rule of thumb, just general guideline to get you started, is taking your weight and dividing it by half, or dividing it in half. And that number in ounces is a great starting point. What we also need to think about, though, is, are we living in a hot climate where we're sweating a lot? We're going to likely need more water than the next person. Are we exercising a lot? That's another way in which we might need some more water, because we are releasing water and releasing toxins out of our skin. And so we need to replenish that in our body. And diuretics. So things like coffee, tea, soda, juices, alcohol, these are all things that can pull water from our body. And so we need to replenish our body with more water so that we can get that flow going through our bodies, both with how we're detoxifying, how blood is moving through our system. We need water in order to get nutrients to where they need to go and get toxins out of the body. So that's a little bit about water and flow, and we could go on for days, but we will be joining together, though, with 8 wonderful women in Chelan, Washington. So, such a beautiful place. And we'll be doing this on October 18th through the 21st for the Elemental Harmony Retreat. And so we're really excited to get started with these women that are going to join us. And on day 2 is really where we're going to be diving into this whole water element. I love a good pun. It was really unintended, but there it is. So we'll be hitting that water element in day 2, really thinking about how we can get this flow through our bodies and our emotions. So it's going to be a really wonderful day. I think we're just going to all just hold each other at the end of the day, because it's going to be quite fun, and just building up each other's strength and love and everything. So let's see, anything else we should say about the retreat?
I think you can find us on social media to help find that link. Instagram and Facebook for me is at Yoga Pravaha Chelan. And we will post that link with the posting of this video as well. Yeah. And Suzie, of course, is amazing with her social media skills. And she has a link directly to her website, which is where you can sign up for our amazing retreat. I gotta say, I got to attend kind of the first half of this retreat last spring with Suzie. You will be amazed, thrilled. Just who doesn't want to be cooked for 3 days? I mean, seriously. And we're going to be looking over beautiful Lake Chelan. So connect with us on social media. You'll find the link for the retreat. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, the retreat links we'll make sure to post in the comments. It's thetastyremedy.com/retreat. And if you'd like to follow along with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at The Tasty Remedy. And we'll share all that information for you in the comments. And if you have any questions at all, or you're really interested in joining us, we'd love to have you. It should be a ton of fun. Yay. So thanks for joining us today. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.